I thought my boyfriend was cheating on me when he went to the Nicki Minaj concert this past weekend because of a couple reasons, all right? But like, I'm gonna just go ahead tap on it real quick. So get your, your smoke or your wine, your snacks, whatever, because it's about to be a good one. Yeah.
Can I give it to you, show you how you can take it all? Wanna break you off. Could you ever fall in love with a young nigga like myself? And I've been thinking about you, nobody else. And my love is good for you.
All right. So, all right. So the day it was Sunday. Yeah, it was this past Sunday. Babe went to the Nicki Minaj concert. So he had told me, like, all right, so how this all had started was he had told me that he was going, like, I think, okay, now I know that he had told me a couple months ago, but at the time, I didn't remember. And so I thought that basically I forgot, and like he had told me again like this last like the weekend before, so then I ended up remembering. So I knew that the concert was coming up. And by the way, I didn't mind because I mean he told me he was going with his homegirl, but the thing is I have not met this homegirl. You know what I'm saying? He's met all my friends, but I haven't met all of his friends. Like he has mostly all female friends, and then he's got a couple homeboys that he considers brothers that he didn't went to high school with, or like that he considers like bros. But he don't be going over there. Like I've went over there with him, but he just goes in there and like it's where we pick up. It's a supply where we pick up some shrooms. You know what I'm saying? So I've met like that person. I met the people that he worked at work with, like his hairstylist friends and stuff like that. But I didn't think that I had met, the people that he was going. Okay, so first he had went somewhere. All right, I ain't gonna say that, but he had went. I mean, he had told me about going to the Nicki Minaj concert. Okay, well here I'm gonna just tell y'all. All right, so because I might not even post this anyway, but let me just say it. So basically, Babe goes to the day after Valentine's Day. So we had went out to this bomb ass restaurant. I took him to this French restaurant that neither one of us had been to. They gave us like an 8 course meal, served us real good. Like it was everything that I wanted it to be, and we had a good time. Everything. He goes the next day to back up. I got him a whole bunch of gifts. Like I got him a hoodie, a Naruto hoodie, and because he likes anime, and I got him this one jacket that he couldn't fit, but I can fit it because if he can't fit it, I can fit it. Like if y'all don't know, like I'm like 5'10". My boyfriend is like 6'1", so he's bigger than me, taller than me, all that. You know what I'm saying? But like, so I could wear his clothes, but he can't really wear mine. But like sometimes he wears my clothes if he can't fit some of my stuff that I got like in a bigger size. But basically, what was I saying? Where was I going with that? So yeah, I had kept one of the hood. I had kept one of the jackets. It was dope though. I'm going to do a get ready with me. That's another topic I need to write down now. I don't forget. Get ready with me video. All right. So yeah, basically I got him a bunch of stuff. He loved his gifts. Like I really did my thing this Valentine's. I had not done a Valentine's like this ever. Like this was the first like one that I really like. I spent like over $700 on Valentine's Day this year, and like it was worth it. It really was. Like he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? And because he had came through for me on my birthday. You know what I'm saying? He really came through for me on my birthday. Like we'll take turns going back and forth when it comes to like gifting on like more expensive or whatever. Because I like that we gauge each other, but we don't like set prices and we don't like get upset if like somebody gets more than the other. Because like he had only got me uh two gifts and they was good though. Like he gave me an Xbox card because I'm a gamer. I don't really tell y'all that, but I will be talking about me more. But that explains why like my intro is the way it was. Because like somebody had asked me that, like why I don't have like an intro. Like they expected me like my sis said she expected me to have like an intro of like of me, like you know what I'm saying, like my swag, my body and all that. And I was like, nah, like shit, I wanted like a quick intro. You know, I can't stand them annoying ass intros that YouTubers be having, so I didn't want to have one of those, you know. But yeah, so yeah, we'll go back and forth on that type of stuff, and you know, we just level each other out well. And but because of how good it is, and because like I haven't started bottoming yet for him. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be automatically like, and it's not like on me. Like it's a okay. I am willing to do. I'm willing to be versatile with him. Like I'm not a versatile dude. I ain't gonna never say I'm versatile, but I'm willing to be versatile with him because if me and him don't work out, I will not be doing it ever again. Like you know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to do it with him because I think that this is definitely about to be my husband. You know what I'm saying? We have been together a year now. Our anniversary is coming up next month, and we have not had half the problems that I'm used to having with niggas. And man, it's such a blessing, y'all. Like I'm so happy. Like we're both so happy. Like we're always just man, like all just so we're just so in love. You know what I'm saying? I'm not capping. You know, I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. I would tell y'all if it was problems. You know, but there's really not. But there's been times where I thought that there was. So that's why I'm gonna tell y'all these stories. And then I always got proved that it wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I be believing like a lot. I come from the same community. You know what I'm saying? We all in this community. We go through a lot of cheating. We've heard a lot of cheating. Me personally, I haven't went through a lot of cheating. There's been one time where I found out that somebody cheated on me, and when I was actually with them. Now, other people I found out later, but uh, I found out somebody cheated on me one time when I was with them. Yeah, I beat him up. I'm not gonna lie. Beat him up. Then I also did some other shit. Like I fucked the shit out of him that last night, that last day that I knew I was leaving, and he didn't even know I was leaving. And I fucked that shit out that nigga, like aggressively too. You know what I'm saying? And then I left that nigga the next day. Left his key in the crib did like, and I had got my own crib and everything. Like, it left that nigga like, man, like, cause he cheated on me and he thought I had got over that shit. And I was like, no, I can't fuck with a cheater. You know what I'm saying? I have way too high of a self esteem and stuff. So I made that very apparent. He's made it apparent to me that he don't like, he has a zero tolerance for cheating too. I love that we both monogamous. I love that we both want the same thing. We both want marriage. We both want a family, house, kids, all that. Like we like minded. Um, I couldn't believe that like he was even letting me top him in the beginning because I thought that this was gonna be one of those like I didn't know like, but he was a top when I met him. I'm a top. You know, we got together. He told me he wasn't gonna let me fuck. You know what I'm saying? But he ended up opening up to it, and you know what I'm saying. I got to be his first. I'm gonna be his last. He told me I'm gonna be his only. You know what I'm saying? And I do believe this one because this nigga's 34 and he had not been in the scene until 2020 when he got a divorce with his wife. And then he told me he wilded out them last few years because I had to make sure that like I was like, look, if you haven't like have you do you feel like you did a lot like you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna say what exactly the terms will be throughout our whole relationship, but as of right now, I don't want to get with somebody who needs to explore more and all that. So like, he let it be very known to me that he had did a lot, and I believe him. Like he was just like I was. He just did it real quick. Like ran through these niggas. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I ain't mad at it. I did the same shit, but as a top, I respect it and I'm cool with that. Now, as a bottom, y'all know I would have never accepted that. You know what I'm saying? But as a top, I'm cool with that because you're only bottoming for me. So, hey, the other niggas can't compete with me, and I was in a different. We got different territory here. So, also, he looks at it just like me. He values it just as much as me, and I needed to be with somebody like that. That's the only reason why I'm willing to like be versatile with him, because of the fact that, you know what I'm saying, like he look at it just like me, like he value his ass just like me. So I know if he was to cheat on me, I never thought that he was cheating on a bottoming way. I thought that he was going out here fucking niggas because I ain't giving up no ass yet. But I ain't. It's not that I ain't giving up no ass. You know, we just ain't did it. He ain't really tried, and that's what be making me like be wondering, kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like, because I don't want it. You know, I'm cool with not doing it. You know what I'm saying, until he ready, I'm definitely cool. You know what I'm saying, but it just made me think, like, you know, at first I didn't mind because I know I had told y'all at first I was willing to let him go get some booty because I wasn't doing it at that point. I wasn't willing to do it either though. So I was like, all right, well, you can go get some booty. But like now that like we getting strong, I'm like, I don't want to do it. Don't get it twisted, y'all. I don't want to bottom. You know what I'm saying? But if it is what he want, and like now I love him so much to the point where, all right, I'll please you. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I can tell by his nature. I don't know. Um, I don't think I had nothing to worry about. Um, I trust him and everything, but I would prefer to be married. Not gonna lie, that's the only thing that's just backing me up. But I do think we headed there. You know what I'm saying? And I think he respects my wishes honestly, and that's why he hasn't pressed it. And I really do appreciate that. Um, but this is what brings me to the topic of why I've thought that that he has cheated on me before. Because the first time, I'm gonna run through the first couple times quick, and then I'll get to the actual story time with the Nicki Minaj concert. All right, the first time it was when he had came in one night, and his nigga's draws was a certain way. And you know, like I just, you know, like nigga, I didn't even realize how Inspector Gadget I was. Like I'm really not the type of nigga uh to go through phones and stuff until I'm really like into you, and like I'll see a future with us, and then I might go through your phone. But like it take me a while, like especially lately, because I know I don't. It take like at least 3 months, 3 to 6 months for the hose to fall off before you. So don't ever go through a nigga phone like in the first like 6 months. In my opinion, I feel like you should not go through a phone within the first 6 months. After that, if y'all getting serious and all that, and you want to go through the phone, hey, teach his own. But yeah, first 6 months, don't do it, because when you go looking for something, you gonna find something, especially that early. Y'all ain't nothing to each other yet, for real, at that point. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, just have that understanding. But so like, yeah, I just like peeped his draws one day when he had came in, when he had stepped outside for a minute, and it's just like I be thinking back on my cheating days about how I would have done it, and then I'd be like, ooh, that looked familiar. Like, nigga, what was you doing? Where was you at? You know what I'm saying? Type shit. And you know, I sniffed them. It smelled like pussy at first, but then it didn't. And I couldn't, it just smelled like must, but at the same time, I was just like, I know you don't smell like this. I smell you. I smell you. I lay up under you all the time. I know what you smell like. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't what you smell like. What is this? Type shit. And like, he was in the shower when I confronted him too, because he had came in and then like took his clothes off and then jumped in the shower, and it was just weird to me. You know what I'm saying? So, it just was nothing that he could tell me that he was not cheating on me. It was just like, there's no way you can tell me you wasn't. And then it wasn't until, y'all, I promise y'all, I thought it too. I thought, like, I know y'all gonna be commenting like, nah, I think your boy had you. You know, he just got you. He got it over your head or whatever. Nah, I was thinking that for a minute, but in the back of my mind, I was like, you know what, I ain't tripping, because you know what, look, y'all, at the end of the day, I look at it like this: you gotta know your worth, and when you know your worth, if you think somebody's cheating on you, you will be bothered by it slightly, but then your confidence will kick in and be like, you know what, look, if this nigga gonna cheat on you and fuck this up, then that means he just ain't the one. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't force shit. And then on top of that, I mean, like, why would the nigga, you just think, you got to think about everything. Like, why would he move me in his crib? Why would he, I don't know, just a lot. Like, why would he be bottoming for me? All this other shit. But then it's like all that goes out the door when you've been done dirty by some niggas before that you have taken their virginities, and then they still did you dirty or whatever. So it's like you just, like it just makes you think a lot. And then it wasn't until later when I realized, like, I started smelling like this nigga, right? Like when you live with somebody, when you all up under them, when you can come as one with somebody, like you'll start smelling like them and everything, y'all. I kid you not, my must did not smell like that shit until recent. Like, and then like all of a sudden I started to tell, like, I'd be like, you had these drawers on? I mean, you had my shorts on, baby? And he'd be like, nah. Like, and I'd be like, damn, these they smell like you. Like now, like I had, what it was is I had never smelled his must, because the nigga is so clean. You know what I'm saying? I had never smelled his must, but I do remember around that time, like he was like, um, he was kind of going through some shit, and he hadn't. I think he had worked out, didn't take a shower that day or something, and it just was probably like, yeah, I was thinking too much. You know what I'm saying? And then I found out later that, of course, I smelled that smell again on me, and I was like, oh, like okay. So yeah, and then the Nicki Minaj thing. All right, so just to go ahead and get on that. So baby basically told me he was going to the concert, and I was like, all right, cool. And he had went and I had went to work that day, got off of work. I get back home. He's going, like he's here. He's like making sure I'm good and everything. Uh, rolled up some blunts. What else? Like, I mean, he just made sure I was good. Let me know he was going to the concert, all that. And so, I kissed him. Well, he wanted me to drop him off at first, but I just did not feel like it because I had already smoked and I was playing the game and I just didn't feel like going nowhere. And then like, but he was cool though. And then, but he ended up getting an Uber down to meet his friends at this restaurant, which is where he was gonna have me drop him off at before they went to the concert, which was like at the something arena. I can't remember, but yeah, it was on Sunday here in Denver. That's when she was here, and so he did ask me if I wanted to go. He could have got a late ticket because her tickets was not that high. It was like 100 or something. I didn't want to go. I don't care for rap concerts. If I go to a concert, I want to go to like, you know R&B. Like I want to go. I like R&B music around people. I don't like being around that kind of environment with all that kind of energy like that. So I don't care for that. Um, Plus, I don't care for Nicki Minaj like that. I ain't gonna cap. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always getting a barb. Like it just seems like a lot of my niggas be barbs, or like niggas that I have talked to or whatever. They be barbs, and I'll be like, the fuck? Like he's not necessarily a barb, but that's what I love about this nigga. Like he's so masculine, so hood, but then he's so like soft and like not afraid to be himself. He still like who he like, no matter if it's gonna look weird to me or anybody else or whatever. Like the nigga's a nerd, you know what I'm saying? I recommend y'all go get y'all an alternative black dude. If y'all, you know what I'm saying, that don't like going out, that do something weird, got a hobby that's weird, that likes to play the piano or you know outdoor activity, something like that. This nigga do, there's a lot of intricate, interesting people out here. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't, get somebody who got some weirdness about them because them is the best ones. I ain't gonna cap. Like them is the best ones. That typical ass nigga that be on the same shit most niggas be on. Them is not the ones you want to go for. Them is the ones that you just want to hook up with and move on to the next. But like, yeah. So, um, yeah, get you a weirdo. Get you a fine weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Them is the best ones. All right. And so I didn't feel like taking him, so then he ended up leaving. And then he goes, like, he left here around like six something or something, five, like, it was five something. No, four something. It was like late four something, like 4:50, four something like that. And so I'm just chilling at first because I'm not thinking nothing, until it started getting around like 11, 12 at night. And then I was just like, hold up, nigga, now I know damn well ain't no concert last that long. And I know if y'all niggas went to eat first, then that shouldn't have lasted that long. And I'm like, I know this bitch ain't still performing and shit. So I'm just like, let me check. So I get to checking and shit. Googling, Nicki Minaj concert in Denver. What time is it over? What time is it over? Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm like not really finding nothing, but I'm looking. So I'm like, oh, let me check these other niggas, these other gay niggas and shit out here's messengers and stories and shit. See who else is up there. So I got to looking, right? And so I'm checking on Facebook stories and Instagram and shit. And I come across a specific person that I used to smash out here, and they was at the Nicki Minaj concert. So I ain't gonna say no names or use a name or describe them because I now found out that there is a group. There's a lot of them actually out here watching me. So yeah, but basically the story, it was like, okay, so baby, the reason why I checked is because baby sent me a video of where his seat was. Like he showed me when he first got there, he sent me a video. And that's another thing, we was communicating and everything. So I don't even know why I even got the idea that he was cheating. It wasn't until I don't know, but yeah, so anyway, he showed me a video where his seat was, right? And so he was right on the side of her stage, like 4 rows back from the stage. Like he was right there on her, you know what I'm saying? And so I watched the dude's video on Facebook story, and his shit was like in the front. But when I looked at Bay's video, I couldn't see, like, it was like a little grainy because of the way that he sent it to me. Cause I got an Android, I got a Galaxy, he got an iPhone. You know what I'm saying? So our picture, like when he sent pictures to me, it don't always be full quality. And so I was like, huh? And I was looking, I couldn't really tell. So I automatically started thinking, this nigga sitting right next to this nigga. All right, so I'm like, hold on, this nigga sitting right next to this nigga, or he's sitting right over there by him? Because his seat was like right there in the front, though. Like, come to find out, his seat was right in the front. But at the time, I was looking like, and I was like, that looked very close, like the same fucking angle and shit, you know? So then I'm like, oh shit, like, oh no, now see, and then this nigga's a bottom, so I'm like, now I'm like feeling like I'm in, like, I gotta look out for bottoms that I done fucked with because I feel like he done probably smashed them before too, and then on top of that, he ain't been making no move on trying to smash me, so I'm just like, which, ooh, that sounds disgusting, like that sounds so weird, like, but whatever, he ain't trying to, do on me or whatever. Like I don't even know how to say it. Like, man, that shit sounds so weird, but whatever. With him, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna put it like. And I don't care who judge me. You know what I'm saying? This is my relationship, and I'm in love, and I get to do what I want with my body, even though I've been a top. But yeah, so I'm just like, nigga, you out here fucking niggas and shit, like, cause I'm thinking to myself like, all right, well, at least he ain't, I'm a smart ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just thinking about everything at this point. I'm like, okay, well, shit, at least shit, he ain't been fucking me, cause trust and believe, if he been fucking me and then he get to go out here and fucking niggas and shit, it's gonna be a problem for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? So he might be able to get it off before he fuck me, and then it's like, the other part of me is just like, nigga, it's been a year and this nigga ain't trying to smash you. Like, come on now, this nigga's definitely smashing other niggas. Like, but then possibly not. People change, people grow, they get open to other shit because, like, I'm trying to tell y'all, he's doing a lot of shit I didn't think he would have done. Like, he done really opened up, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, like, yeah. I'm not gonna describe my nigga's sex though, you know what I'm saying? Because that's personal to me and I'm territorial as fuck. So that part of the story I can't give, but like just know that when you've done all right, I'll put it in the terms of other niggas though too, because they done the same shit. When you done turned out hella dudes or smashed on hella straight dudes or macho dudes, masculine dudes, dudes that's bigger than you, taller than you, people that would consider them more masculine than you, etc. and all that. And then like I've seen how niggas like open up to other realms and they all can react different to that because I've turned out a nigga before and I didn't want to turn them out the way that they turned out, and that shit was fucked up how that ended. But when it comes to like this nigga, I've gauged him. I could tell like there ain't no like sex addictions, there ain't no sex freakaholic issues, there ain't no what do they call that shit? Nymphomaniac problems or nothing. Like, you got to watch out for shit like that when you date somebody. And because it can mean a lot. It can mean that they, no matter how good your sex is, they will not be able to be loyal to you because they just require more than just one person. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple for some people. And so I had to make sure that he wasn't one of them. And he's not. And so, I don't know. Like, plus, like, I'll just say our sex has been so good that he does still nut. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I've made this nigga bottom for me and then he's just not getting pleasure. Like, he's still nutting, he's still getting his off just like me. You know what I'm saying? So we both happy at the end of the day. And yeah, but basically he ends up coming in around I called him and that's when he didn't answer, or I texted him and he didn't respond. One of the two. And that's when I started freaking out because it got around, like, it was past midnight at that point. And then he ended up texting me and was like, I'm on my way. I just got out the concert. I'm about to get an Uber now. And this was after, like, right after midnight, like 12:03, 12:04 type shit. And so I had already got into bed at that point, but I'm just like, all right. So I'm just going to wait, you know what I'm saying, see what this nigga come in here on, but I'm going to act like I'm asleep. And so, or I'm just going to be laying down. I'm just going to act like I'm asleep, you know what I'm saying? Or like I'm tired or whatever. Because basically I had to go to sleep anyway because I had to go to work the next day. So I was already tired for real. But I really wanted to just make sure that he was safe. But also that had crossed my mind just because like when I think of Nicki Minaj and I think of all the gays and I think of all like, I pictured a whole bunch of gay dudes, like every gay dude in Denver at that concert, and I'm not there, and my niggas there. Like that's all I was thinking about. So I'm just like, who could be trying to get this nigga's number? Whose number did he get? Like who he link up with, he used to talk to or used to fuck with, and got to talking to them and all that, right? And so I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, I'm gonna just play it cool. I'm laying in the bed, which I know I'm matured a lot because I would usually be up waiting for the nigga, but I'm just laying down. He comes in. And oh wait, he comes in with this, by the way. So he comes in with this. With the Lewinsky hoodie, you know what I'm saying? And so I was just like, so I was already, but I was laying down though. And so he comes in and he was just like, yeah, babe, you good? He was like, he comes and lays on me, like puts his leg on over me and shit. And he was like, you good, baby? Like, he was like, yeah, I'm a little tipsy and da, da, da. And I was like, oh, okay. And but I'm like cautious. I'm a little upset, but like cautious or whatever. So I'm just like, whatever. I ain't really responding like I usually would. So I'm just playing off just to see what he gonna do. And because I'm just thinking like, if this nigga hop in the shower and all that other shit, like, yeah, like But like he ended up just like laying there for a minute, and then I ended up starting to fall asleep, and then he was like, oh shit. He was like, well, he gets stomach aches when he drinks, so he doesn't really like to drink like that. But like when he will drink if he's in certain modes where it's necessary to, and he just want to turn up. And he ended up drinking, and he ended up getting a stomach ache, which is what I was used to. So he ended up goes to the bathroom and shit. And then like I ended up falling asleep. So by the time he was in like when I knew he was in the crib, I was just happy that he was home and I was fine. And then I just fell asleep. But then check this out. Y'all, I'll wake up in the middle of the night, like around like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and he's not next to me. So I get up, I come in the living room, I'm looking, this nigga's in here in the living room on the couch. And so I'm like, the fuck this nigga ain't in the bed with me for? Like, like we always sleep together. So I'm just like, what? And like, cause he loves like to sleep with me because like it makes him fall asleep better and all that. So I'm just like, what's going on? Like, we don't really do the separate sleeping unless we're like arguing or something. So I'm just like, yeah, the fuck this nigga was on. So I get out here, I look, and like he's on the couch, not like KO, like knocked out, right? But his phone is on. Like he was watching something, like he would watch it to go to sleep sometime. But I was just surprised he just wasn't watching the TV. So I was just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And so he's knocked out right with his phone on, already unlocked while he's watching the video and all that shit. Y'all. Tell me why I got on some like like all the cartoons where like I think it was Tom like or somebody who be sneaking in and like I felt just like that, y'all, everything. So I sneak up and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to get this nigga phone. And so I walk up, I sneak up, and I grab it, and I'm trying to tell you, I was so goddamn scared. But I was like, you know what, fuck it. The part of me was like, you know what, shit. He already said I could go through his phone shit if I wanted to, but like, I just felt bad because it was just like, sneaking, and I'm used to being transparent with him, so it was just kind of like, damn. But I was like, I just had to know. I just had to know. So I go, I sneak. I grabbed the phone, so I grabbed it. He had it hooked up in the charger, and when I tried to grab it, I tried to just snatch it and run, but he had it on the charger right up under his pillow. And so I was like, oh shit. I thought he was gonna wake up. So I hurried up, undid it from the charger real soft real quick, and I hurried up and jumped back. Hurried up and just jumped back, tippy toe back into the room. And so I'm talking about the whole time, y'all. My heart is just racing, nigga. I'm looking around the corner, I'm just like, all right, this nigga's asleep. Okay, just like, all right. So I just looked through it, right? I'm looking through it. First thing I go to was Instagram, right? So I go to Instagram, I'm looking in the messages and shit. Okay, I don't see shit. I saw one dude hit him up though, and he left this nigga on read on everything, no cap. I ain't gonna say who it was, but just know I know. And so I'm looking, I'm like, all right, he ain't nothing on Instagram, but I'm like, all right, this nigga might be real slick, you know what I'm saying? So then I go through the messages and shit. So then I go to the phone messages, and then I'm looking in those, and then I'm like, I'm not seeing, like, mine's is the last, I'm the last one, and then, like, his homegirl that he said he was going to the concert with, I see her name, click on that, and then, kid you not, it's just saying, around 4 or something when he left, where y'all at, I'm on my way now, or where you at, I'm on my way now. She was like, we're meeting at our friend, Brandon's, and then we're going to go to the restaurant. And then he was like, okay. And then they were like, never mind, we're going straight to the restaurant. And that's when he ended up leaving the house, because that was all around 3 something. And then like they was like, well, we going to just go meet up at the restaurant at around 4 something, which was a Mexican restaurant. And so I'm like, okay, cool, everything's adding up. And then she's just like, I'm just looking for any kind of like flirting emojis, anything. I don't see shit, y'all. Like, I'm so relieved, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still like, my heart's racing because I'm like, okay. Like, it's like almost like that finish line, but I'm like, okay, I don't want nothing to show up now. Like, because now I'm really actually starting to trust this nigga. So I'm like, oh my God, like, oh my God, is this really nigga not doing nothing? And I'm like, oh my God, or what if he is? Like, nah, fuck that. So I look around the corner, he's still asleep, right? I'm like, all right, so fuck it. Let me just look through this motherfucker. So then I start going through the the camera, because like I remember he had sent me a picture of or a video of where he was at in the what's name. So I'm like, was he right? I'm like trying to figure out, was he right next to this nigga? So then Cause I watched that nigga's story like 5 times just to peep. Like, did I hear? Was that my nigga voice I heard in the background? Like, I'm like, so I knew that nigga video by heart by this point. So now I'm like, all right, let me go in his base gallery. So I'm like, and then I'm also feeling dyslexic because this is an iPhone. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck to get where. What is this? Like, where's the? I was like, oh my god, this nigga gonna wake up. Like, where is the fuck is the gallery at? Like, I'm tripping, right? You know what I'm saying? So then I finally found the gallery, right? And then I'm like, okay, so I'm looking, and then uh kid you not, like he just got few videos of like the concert. He had one video with him. I was trying to find videos that he with him and his friends and shit, you know what I'm saying? So he had one video where he had put up like this and with his friends, and like they was just like laughing and shit in the back, and like they was white, you know, he hang out with all white people. So I'm like, okay, cool. And so then uh so okay, so there was nothing to see. So with that, then I see, okay, right before that there was a picture of the Mexican food that he had ate or whatever. So he had took a picture of that. I could see a bunch of cups at the table. So it's like he went out with a groups of friends, you know what I'm saying? Like he said. So it wasn't like it was just him and another person. I was looking out for that. And then like I also looked in previous messages. He ain't been talking to nobody, nothing, you know what I'm saying? So then I'm just like, okay, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just could, it was hard for me to believe that he was really just like me. And if anything, even better because at least niggas would be in my inbox hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have a lot of niggas in his inbox and shit. Like, it was just very relieving, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, this is where I want to keep it like. This is what makes me territorial and protective because it's like, and of guys that I get to be with me in ways that they weren't with other people because it really makes me feel like I got something, like really worth having. And yeah, yeah. I looked through everything, y'all, and there was nothing to be found. And it just dawned on me right there in that moment, like he's just not like everybody else I'm used to dealing with. He wasn't a part of this lifestyle, in the gay lifestyle from the jump anyway. Like he only had been in it for a few years, you know what I'm saying? And like he had his fun, he did his thing, and like, but like, straight, what I'm trying to say is like people from the straight community, dudes from the straight community are not as hypersexualized usually as guys from the gay community because guys from the straight community are used to having to wait for somebody, used to having to respect somebody's boundaries and shit. Gay men don't ever have to do that because sex is so accessible and easily to get for us. You know what I'm saying? When you in the gay lifestyle, that's why I always said being gay and straight are lifestyles. There's a gay lifestyle and a straight lifestyle. There is no such thing as a bisexual lifestyle, okay? You're either going to be favored more on one or the other. You can still be a gay person that has straight friends or a bisexual person that has straight friends and gay friends, but there's no lifestyle for bisexual people. You know what I'm saying? But heterosexuality, homosexuality, and bisexuality are your actual sexualities. That's who you sleeping with. But you can be gay and bisexual, like what I am the definition of, because I've been in the gay lifestyle since 2011, 2013 to be for real, for real. But like, baby just got in it in 2020, yeah, like 2020. So he's still considered in a straight lifestyle. He don't got no gay friends. He don't hang out with gay people. Like, you know what I'm saying? So to me, that is a straight person. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what y'all don't get. That is what makes you straight. You can still be straight and still be bisexual. That is what a DL man is. That's literally the definition of a DL man. He's a straight man that likes to sleep with men and women. So he's DL but bisexual. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I just find like it's better for me in this realm. Like that's why you need to know who you are so that you know who's best for you to go for. Um, Cause yeah, but So yeah, basically to wrap the story up, y'all. After that, I saw that there was nothing. I go ahead, return the phone, put it right back in front of him, and then I went back and laid down. And honestly, it was uh, every other time I went through somebody's phone. That's the reason why I was kind of wanting to make a video about this, because this was literally a first for me. I've never went through somebody's phone and didn't see nothing. I literally went through the last situation that I was fucking with his phone when we was in LA, when we was at not LA but Long Beach, and I literally went through this nigga phone right in front of him. He didn't even realize that I was going through his phone. Like I'm literally just like looking at this nigga talk while we getting ready, like while he getting dressed in the morning, like ironing his shit. I'm literally sitting here going through this nigga phone, looking at this nigga while he talking to other niggas, having other niggas send him dick pics and shit. Like yeah, just sitting there looking at the shit while I'm looking at the nigga, like, and I didn't give a fuck. See, that's what I feel like the phone should do for you. Let the phone just be what, and don't, like I said, don't make a habit of going through nigga phone, because I know it sounds like I go through nigga phone, but I'm just telling y'all the two stories that I've went through a nigga phone. I ain't went through nobody else's phone before this, except for one time back in 2015. So I've been through three nigga phones, but out of all the niggas I don't fuck with, that ain't shit. All right. So I don't go through phones like that, but and when I do, I usually go through it right in front of them. So this was the first time that I actually snuck and did it, because, and I only did that because I felt like insecure. I felt like, you know, and that's what I was right. I was being insecure, but it's because of the lifestyle I'm used to. I'm used to that happening in this lifestyle. I'm not used to niggas being loyal in this lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to you having to check a nigga, punk a nigga, put a nigga in the corner and slap a nigga just to make him understand who to respect around here or something. Like, you know, like, I don't know, it's just been a lot that I done been through. So it's just, you know, it was just a relief, and I was just like, wow. And yeah, so I just thank God every day for sending me a good one, or I just thank God for it. You know what I'm saying? I won't say every day, but I do thank God for it. And I'm just blessed, and you know what I'm saying? Hey y'all, cross y'all's finger. I hope that, you know, cross y'all's fingers for your boy. I think I might be getting married, and I'm definitely gonna make a video. I'm gonna document the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, stay tuned. Be on my journey with me, y'all. There's gonna be a lot of growth on your boy. I don't If you've been watching me since I started my channel, you will understand like how much I've grown already. I'm not one of those people that stay consistent in the same space. I continue to grow. All right, so hey, that's it for this one, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. See you on the next one. Peace.
No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say. No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say. Baby, how much I really take?